Traditional banking versus digital banking. Which one do you like? Why do you like? Which one do you think will outperform the other in the next couple coming of years? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Champion David 116, where information is definitely a lifestyle. Now, today's review video is based on a digital bank. Without any waste of time, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Part 1 of introduction, we have the digital bank called TymeBank, TYME bank as abbreviated, but the full definition is take your money everywhere, which was founded in the year 2015, obviously by a group of people. But then the one that I have identified in particular, famously so, is Patrice Motsepe. Now, it is a digital bank that doesn't have branches, so it has partnered with Pick n Pay and Boxer stores nationwide. Now, this was actually a brilliant idea since Pick n Pay and Boxer stores, a lot of us use those stores a whole lot more. So, the outreach was actually much more even easier. Brilliant idea. And then, in terms of opening the account, there are two ways of opening this digital bank, which is called TymeBank. Now, those two ways is either by visiting their website using this web address. Now, you'll find the web address in my description down below and extra information which is required for your use. The second way is by physically visiting their, or rather visiting the stores, Pick n Pay or Boxer, and then you do the things. But there are only two things which are going to be required from you. Is going to be your South African ID number and the South African cell phone number. The beauty of it is that there are no documents which are going to be required. Now let's visit their website and see how it works. Now, upon first arrival to their website, this is the home part of the website which you will see. As a first timer, obviously you click this option for open an account. You click on open an account and then it's going to take you straight up to this section here. As I have already made mention that two things are required, which is these two which are listed here. And then obviously you click on the button for start now, and then you will have this text box which allows you to put in your ID number. Now, under pretense, let's say this is a valid, under pretense, this is a valid South African ID number. And then upon it, if it was valid, you're going to click on the next button, and then it will take you to the second option where you should key in your full names and then also your surname. Now, what happens is that this information is going to be sent to Home Affairs, verifying with Home Affairs, and then Home Affairs will authenticate back your information to this website. And then if your information is authenticated and approved, this TymeBank website database will then proceed into giving you an account, right? And then it proceeds from there onwards. Now, obviously, after opening account, you're going to need your debit card. Now, opening account with this TymeBank people, it takes like approximately 3 to 5 minutes, less than that. I timed it, I think it took me about a minute and a half. Now, after you open an account online, you're going to visit one of these stores, Boxer or Pick n Pay, and then you're going to arrive at this machine of theirs which they call a kiosk. Right now, it's similar built to an ATM sort of, but then it isn't an ATM. It does not take in money, it does not give out money, it only gives out or prints out the debit card. Now, if you were to visit the stores, if you wanted to open the account, you're going to use this machine to punch in your details on the touch screen, verified through Home Affairs, and then Home Affairs authenticates and approves your information back, and then from there the card is opened. No physical documents needed. There's no affiliation fee, if I can call it as such, needed to open this account. How easy and awesome that is. Now, if it does not have your branches, if it does not have ATMs, now how are we to deposit and withdraw money with the TymeBank? Easily so, done by at both Pick and Pay and Boxer stores nationwide at the till point, or cashier helpers as other people prefer to call it as such. Right now, you get there. It can be done in two ways: by obtaining a code on the TymeBank app, and then you present the code to the cashier helpers, and then you also give them the money, and then within a few seconds the money will be notified to your account. Now, this TymeBank app is currently found on the Play Store. Their technicians, they have told me that they are still working to put the app on the iStore, for iPhone users. So it's not yet on iStore, but then the advantage is that you can just use the website you can use your debit card to deposit money. And then with the one that I prefer is just to simply hand over my card to the till pointer, and then I key in my password, my PIN. From there, then I give them the person the money, and then good to go. Now, you recall with Pick and Pay, it had the blue Smart Shopper card, right? So now this is the TymeBank card, the yellow user-friendly card. It's very much, the texture is very much nice. Um, Now, with this TymeBank card is that it has incorporated this blue Smart Shopper card, where now if you are shopping inside Pick and Pay, you are earning double points of whatever items that you are taking, right? And you can still earn points with other shops beside Pick and Pay, but it isn't going to be double points. Double points only comes when you are shopping inside Pick and Pay. Now, you can still redeem your points using this TymeBank. You just simplistically go to the help us in the Pick and Pay shop, and then you just ask them to redeem your points, and then from there you will be good to go. All right. Now, the beauty of this TymeBank is the section for goal save. Goal save is when you're saving money. It has beautiful benefits, like mind blowing benefits. I have been using this for a couple of months, and then I'm mind blown. Now, since we are talking about goal save, we also have to introduce the everyday account so that we get the difference between the two and then how they work. Let's start first with the everyday account. Now, obviously, there's a banking explanation way in terms of what an everyday account is, but based on the duration I have been utilizing this everyday account, this is the explanation that I came up with, which is the section of the account that does not gain interest but allows you to purchase small to big items that you desire, be it your toiletries, your grocery, etc., etc. Right. And then we also have the goal safe, which is the section of the account where you should start first by transferring the money from the everyday account to the goal save, where it is going to start an amazing interest. Trust me, I had to bold the amazing because it's indeed amazing, right? So, with the goal save is that you cannot purchase items if the money is inside the goal save. What you have to do is that you have to transfer money from the goal save to the everyday account. And then from there, you will be able to buy your items. I hope you get the difference between the two. Now, another amazing thing is that the money inside your goal save earns you interest at rates that increase over time. These interest rates are always increasing over time. Now, let's get to see how they work. Now, the benefits of using a goal save now is presented as below. Now, on the top left heading, we have number of days after money is added into your goal save account, and then on the top right we have the heading of annual interest rate. Now, the number of days from day 1 until day 30, is that the percent increase is going to be 6%. So depending on how much you have put in within a month, um, that particular amount is going to earn you 6%. Now you continue with the days from the 31st until day 90th. 90 days is that the interest rate is going to be now 7%. How mind blowing is that, right? And then we continue with the days from 91 days further on. Now the interest rate increases to 9%. Now there's a bonus of 1 which is going to be added to this 9%, making it to be 10%. If and only if you give 10 days notice after 90 days, is then that you're going to get what, 10%. So all in all, it's safe to say that within 100 days of your saving, whatever amount that you're saving is going to gain or earn what, the 10%. That is amazing. I mean, with traditional bank, you don't get such high interest rate, especially within 100 days. You don't get such. Anyhow, this is an example of a goal save. You remember how they used to teach us that it's important to write your goals down. Now, the goal save also gives us an option to rename the kind of goal that we want to achieve. For example, this is a goal save of a person who wants to obtain a driver's license. Now you can see here it says the interest rate now is 7%, meaning that this person is between the days of on the range rather from the 31st until 90th, which has obtained the 7%. Now, meaning here was the actual amount that they put in, and then here will be the interest rate. The summation or the combination of the two will give the actual amount, which is going to be the balance. Now, this one is going to be the all in all. Now, with a goal save, you are allowed to have about 10 goal saves. So, this amount is the combination of the first balance in the first goal save, and then as we will be going down, we'll be having the balance of the second goal save depending on how many goal saves this person tends to have. Now, on this option for add money, when you click on the option on their website after you have opened the account, obviously, is that with this option now, it's asking you from the everyday account how much would you like to have inside the goal save. How much are you transferring into the goal save? Now with the payout, now you're actually transferring money from the goal save to the everyday account. Now with the edit name, this name you're actually editing the goal save. Let's say maybe this person has achieved their goal, which is obtaining the driver's license. Now they can move to the next goal by editing the name and also writing it down there. It's important to write down your goals. Now we move to the second part of the review video where we're going to check about the free things that they talk about in TymeBank. Now the first free thing is account statements or proof of account under one umbrella name, which is the banking statements. You get free banking statements, and if I'm to show you an example of such, if I can go to my email. Now this is the email that I received from TymeBank, where you're actually getting a picture of your account statement in terms of viewing the monthly transactions. This one is actually blurry, fortunately, so most of you won't be seeing the details here. But the beauty of it is that it has a graph which you are able to see everything of your transactions. And then the catch is that you are also sent the statement. This statement requires a password, and then the password happens to be your ID number. Now if you punch in your ID number here, blah blah blah, which obviously I won't punch it, you're going to review the statements, your transactions on the statements. So it's free. You don't get to pay the banking statements. Another thing which is free is the initial debit card for first time opening the account. Obviously the card is free. There's no affiliation amount that's required. Another thing is that there are no monthly fees, nor no monthly administration fees which you're going to be charged. And then if you are to purchase either prepaid electricity, airtime, data, it's also free. The free part actually is the SMS notification after purchasing one of these items here, right? What I know with other traditional banks is that, of course, it is free to purchase such using their application, but the SMS notification after you purchase either your data, your prepaid electricity, it isn't free. There's a charge for you getting an SMS notification that you have purchased something else. So with TymeBank, the SMS notification is just definitely free. And then when you are purchasing online items, it's also free. And also cash withdrawals either at the two stores, Pick and Pay or Boxer, is also free. And then the debit order disputes, which are happening to be within the 40 days, are also free. And then if you were to transfer money or payments from a TymeBank account to a TymeBank account, it is also free. Now let's move to the part of this section video about their charges. Right. Now, as they claim that they are low pay as you use charges, let's get to see their ATM cash withdrawals. Now, their debit card at other ATMs rather, if you are to withdraw 10 rand, any amount rather between 10 rand to 1000, you are being charged 8 rand. And then if you are to withdraw 1000 to 2000, any amount in between the range, you are being charged 16 rand. If you are to withdraw 2000 to 3000, you are being charged 24 rand, which is actually not that bad. Now, in terms of cash deposits, either through a code which you obtain from your TymeBank app or through their debit card that you'll be presenting either at Boxer or Pick and Pay, you are being charged only 4 rand. Now, it does not matter how much you're depositing. You are charged 4 rand, whether you are depositing 10 rand, whether you're depositing 5,000, you are still being charged 4 rand. Now, what I know with other traditional banks is that you are being charged per 100 rand. So if you're depositing 5,000, you are being charged per 100 rand. I won't mention which banks and I won't mention the amount, but what I know sure for sure is that you are being charged per 100 rand. Moving right along, now the charges under decline and disputing of fees. Let's get to see that. Now, you are being charged for a certain decline fee, which can either be due to insufficient funds or incorrect PIN, which is going to be 4 rand. And then now, this 4 rand, you are being charged only on the third attempt. On the third attempt. That shouldn't scare you away. And then late payment reversal to TymeBank, you're being charged 8 rand. Dispute order older than 40 days, you're going to be charged 40 rand. Unsuccessful debit card dispute, you're going to be charged 40 rand. And then the stop payment either through the IB or their app, you're going to be charged 4 rand. And then the stop payment, you're going to be charged 8 rand. Now, this CSC is the card security code, if I'm not mistaken. Is the card security code. It's normally the 3 to 4 digit number, typically printed at the back of your debit card next to the signature fold. So you're being charged 8 rand if you are to stop a certain payment. And then when you have lost the card, which you're going to be replacing it with 40 rand, you're going to be charged that amount. With other banks, I know it happens to be a higher amount than 40 rand. Moving right along, now the extra information that we have is that for foreign, there's no exchange of foreign currencies. Sorry to the traders. and then it's only meant for South African citizens. But when I spoke to their technicians, they said that they are still dealing with information that could actually help them to accommodate non-South African permanent citizens. And then it does not give bond loans, unfortunately. It takes about 1 to 2 working days for the money to reflect into your account when you send it from a different bank, which I think also traditional banks take the same duration. And then you can also use the debit card to pay for your Taxify or Uber. You can use the card for filling up at stations. And also, if you mistakenly forgot your PIN, you just visit their website and simply reset it. Now, let me know in the comment section, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What can they improve? What can they not improve? Would you go for it? Would you recommend it for your family members and friends? But anyhow, from me, until next time, is a ciao ciao.